Hamantaschen are the best Jewish cookie. You can fight me on that. You can say it's black and white cookies. You can say it's mamul, whatever you want to say, but it's really hamantaschen. And if you think that they're not the best, it's because you haven't tried the right recipe. So I'm going to share my super easy classic hamantaschen recipe with you. And if you still don't like them, well then that's okay. We can still be friends. My dough needs 0 refrigeration time, which means you just make it in a bowl and you shape them and you bake them. And my favorite filling, apricot. So we're gonna be doing that today. But you can use chocolate, you can use a cheesecake filling, you can do whatever filling you want. Prune is another one people love. Also poppy seed, but I don't really like poppy seeds. Unless it's lemon poppy seed, because that would be a delicious hamantaschen. Okay, enough talking. Let's get started. You need 2 eggs. You're gonna need a 1/2 cup of neutral oil. I like to use avocado oil. You can use canola, you can use vegetable. In it goes. A 1/2 cup of sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I just don't ever measure that. Give that a whisk. Then we're gonna add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. This is 2. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and around 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. And now you wanna mix this all together. Just look at this beautiful dough. You can add gel food coloring to this if you want to have some fun, like split it into different ones and make different patterns. I'm just keeping it plain, and I'm going to roll this out on a lightly floured, clean work surface. And you want to roll out this dough to around 1/4 inch thick. This dough is so easy to roll out. It's so pliable. Using a 3-inch cookie cutter, or even like the top of a glass, you're going to cut out circles all over the dough. Whatever dough is in the middle that gets left over, you can actually just re-roll it to make more hamantaschen. And then I just go through and pick up all the parts that weren't cut out with the cookie cutter, because we're actually gonna fill these right here and then transfer them. I find that when I transfer them to the parchment paper, when they're these perfect little circles, they're not so perfect once they get to the parchment. I told you guys I was gonna use apricot, which I'm totally using, but I also have raspberry, the seeds in there, and this is gonna be so good. This is a really important tip. 1 teaspoon of filling. If you do too much filling, I know you want to overfill them, they will open while they bake. So at most, a teaspoon of filling in the center of each of these circles. Let me show you how I pinch these to make them into triangles. So starting on one end, you're gonna do a little pinch like that. And you're just gonna lift up this other side and pinch the edges together. And I like to pinch a lot to make sure that these do not open while they bake. I really want to show you from this angle how to pinch the triangles. You're just going to take from the circle one end just like that. See that? And then you take this top part and you just fold it in. That's it. And then pinch the 3 sides together. Were you guys able to see that? Should we do it again? Let's do one more time. Okay, so you got a circle. You're going to pinch one end together and then take that top half and just bring it to the center. And then you just pinch all around. And one by one, you just transfer them to your parchment lined baking sheet. Once all the triangles are done, I go through and I re-pinch them all just a little bit more to make sure they're not gonna open. And then we're gonna bake them. 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 12 minutes. These just came out of the oven and they look perfect. And hey, listen, it opened up a teeny tiny bit there. They're not all gonna look the same, but they're not meant to look the same. Hamantaschen are triangle cookies that we eat on Purim because they represent the hat that our enemy wore. His name was Haman. He wanted to annihilate all of the Jewish people and he lost. Where are you and your people now, Haman? Where are you now? I'm gonna transfer these cookies to a wire rack so they can cool completely, but let me tell you, they are delicious right out of the oven. Although right out of the oven, the filling will probably burn your face, but you know what I mean. I have one of the apricot ones here. The filling is still really hot. I feel like it's just gonna get everywhere. Oh my gosh. It's so good. I'm telling you, if you say you don't like hamantaschen, you just haven't tried my recipe yet.